What have you got on your mind? Yes, the unpleasant necessities of battle. Your suggestions? Indeed, there are far more interesting things in the world than warfare. And I shall follow.
To hear the thunder of his voice. Let the men.
Don't let the people around here fool you with their hippie crap. They've got water they won't share with anyone. Nice, huh?
Thirsty, partner. Try Moriarty's. Coldest drinks
What you
in
gave
the
us won't
capital
last more than a few
wasteland.
days.
Hey, it isn't my call. I just take the water where the Brotherhood tells me. Don't shoot the messenger, you know?
Look, they're giving the water away. What do you care whether you leave it all here or somewhere else?
I don't really care. I mean, you'll have to take it up with those boys.
You're not leaving here with that water. We need it. We're taking it.
I hope you're not thinking about getting stupid.
We just need the water. All of it.
Sorry, pal, but you already got your. Our orders are to take the rest of this to Big Town. All right, let's move on.
Come on, Joe. Help me get the water.
Where? Get away.
Abiding citizens. The area.
They killed him.
Welcome
I think I want to talk to
to
you.
Megaton. Friendliest town around.
Enemy down. Hey.
Good to see you. We can use all the help we can get.
Well, well, look who's back amongst the living. Some of us were starting to wonder if you and Sarah were going to pull through. Fair enough. Intel says the base on the other side of this tunnel is some kind of communications hub for the enclave. The hope is that if we can crush them here, we can finally break their spirit. Well, we've got a bit of time. What's on your mind? Not like they did at the Purifier, no. We got the sense that after you took care of their headquarters, they didn't have anyone to give orders. So they haven't been as coordinated. Some surrendered, some tried to hold out. It's all ended the same. But don't let that fool you. If we can keep the pressure on, then we win. If not, we give them a chance to reorganize. Well, we don't want that to happen, do we? Well, you saw most of the fighting outside. The robot paved the way for us. We just mopped up the opposition while you and Sarah headed inside. After that, hell if I know. Once we'd locked down the perimeter and gotten word that the purifier was running, we headed in to look for you. Found you and Sarah both unconscious, and got you back to the Citadel as fast as we could. We'll strip the place for any usable tech, like always. Anything after that depends on what we find in there. If there's any information about other enclave positions, we'll send that back to the Citadel and come up with a plan. But, like I said, we're pretty sure this is the last big holdout. Okay, it's about time to move out. It's been pretty standard for the last week or so. We get intel on positions, go in and burn them out. The tin can does most of the work, honestly. I can't complain, it keeps our casualties down.
We're all clear here.
Scribes pulled information about this place day before yesterday. Some communications facility. We're thinking if it's active, we can find out who they're talking to and get the last of the locations nailed down.
The enclave is retreating. We have a location to invite help at all. We have enough.
Being comatose.
After all this, to be left in a state like that.
So ended the story of the Lone Wanderer.
The Brotherhood has a clear plan of action. The remnants of the enclave must be swept away. The Pride has been working to this end ever since we took the purifier back.
Democracy is truth. Communism is death.
But the tale of humanity will never come to a close.
Scanning defenses. Exploiting.
For the struggle of survival is a war without end.
Warning. Orbital strike imminent. Reach minimum safe distance immediately.
And war never changes.
Strength assessment. Minimal. Scanning defenses. Structural weakness detected. Exploiting. Satellite uplink detected. Analysis of communist transmission pending. Warning. Chinese orbital strike imminent. personnel should reach minimum safe distance immediately. Catastrophic. System failure. Initiating core shutdown as per emergency initiative 2682209. I die so that democracy.
We need to find out what the hell just happened. There's no time to talk. Get your ass inside that base and help the troops locate the source of their transmission. Now, soldier, now! I don't know. Terminals, data, anything that can help us figure out what just happened and where it came from.
Tango's falling. Commencing attack.
Cut it out.
Attacking! I'm hit!
Your time, Yuri's. Ah! The air smells dangerous. I promise this will be swift but painful.
You're not quite as worthless as you look. Remember, if you overthink combat, you're dead. You don't want to survive more than your enemy.
I understand, sir. Like you said, hold your soul with thunder. Fight with the heart of steel.
The brother who taught me was a wise man, initiate, but even will requires practice. Back on point.
Need something, friend?
I can't believe it. All those years of work, all of it. For what? One botched operation? I'm still waiting on the debriefing from Tristan, but I'm not sure it even matters. With Prime gone, I don't know what could help at this point. If anything, we should be thankful they waited this long to use whatever they used. Nonetheless, we should try and move on. What is it you have for me? Ah, yes. Well, I'll see if we can't figure out how to read it. Perhaps it can give us some insight as to just what happened out there. It would be good to salvage something from this mess. Thank you for bringing this to me. I believe Elder Lyons will want to speak with you as well. Perhaps you should find him. If you'll excuse me. Please speak with Elder Lyons. I have enough to deal with right now.
What do you need? Of course.
Brothers, today I offer a simple prayer.
If there's anything I can do to help, please just say so. Yes, what about them? Have you? It saddens me to hear of my fallen brethren, but their names and deeds shall be records. Tell me, how many have you found? Their names shall be written into the scrolls, to be remembered forever. As for you, here's your reward. Use it well and in good health. I look forward to our next meeting.
Blessed is your power and mighty is your gift of steel. Bless us today, your noble warriors who dwell in this hall. Let us ride upon wings of thunder and chariots of glory to bring destruction to your enemies, to bring destruction upon your wicked enemies.
I'm listening. The robot's gone. What are we going to do? We don't have a way to fight back.
I trust you've spoken with Rothschild. I hope he can make some headway with the data you've recovered. With our primary weapon destroyed, we risk losing our momentum and jeopardizing the entire campaign. I must admit, I now wonder whether moving ahead with this operation was an error in judgment. And yet, here we are. Discounting the fact that our best field commander is in a coma and I personal feelings for my daughter, things have not gone well. If we fail now, we could lose everything. I sincerely hope you are right. If we are to succeed now, it will once again be largely thanks to you. Paladin Tristan has requested you for a special assignment. Please report to him at once. We've little time to waste before the Enclave seizes this opportunity. Hail.
Against the Enclave's vertibirds now.
Enjoy the clean water while you can. We may not have it for too much longer. Know what I mean?
Can I talk to you for a moment?
I'm Just stick to your training.
I'm trying to stay positive, but losing the robot was a huge blow. Yeah, I hear you. You think we'll still be able to pull through this?
Don't forget they apparently have missiles they can launch at us from...
Finding your way about all right?
Space? Kind of hard to fight back against that.
Great, thanks. I feel so much better now.
If you're worried, talk to the scribes. See what kind of progress they've made on that Enclave tech. Maybe they can put your mind at ease.
Understood.
Nice work back there. Let's hope the scribes can do something useful with the information you retrieved. Unfortunately, we don't have time to sit around and wait for the analysis. Based on what I've seen of you so far, there's an assignment I believe you're well suited for. Paid? No, perhaps there's been some misunderstanding about how all this works. You are not a mercenary. You are serving the Brotherhood of Steel to ensure our way of life, to help advance the lives of everyone in the wasteland. Our continued survival should be payment enough. If that is insufficient, you would do well to reconsider your involvement here. I see. You'll forgive my lack of humor, given that we face annihilation on a daily basis. Hopefully you'll be able to find a Tesla coil, an experimental device from before the war. Our scribes needed to complete a little surprise they've been preparing for the Enclave. Get there, get the coil, and get back as safely and quickly as possible. Any questions? Check with Scribe Valancourt. She's been researching some of the Enclave technology we've recovered. From what I understand, she may have come up with something. I'll be waiting for that Tesla coil, if you can find one.
I'm still very, very busy. Is this important, or can it wait? Well, maybe. I mean, possibly. I think so, but I'm not certain. I don't know how much this will actually help. I mean, I'm not quite sure how effective it might be, since it hasn't really been field tested. But I think I've figured out a way to override the signals the Enclave is using to control their death claws. Here, take this. It's only a prototype, so please don't lose it. It's a semi-standard transmitter, only I altered the frequency modulation and jacked up the output. Based on some experiments I ran here in the lab, it should override the signals the Enclave uses to control death claws. Don't worry, it's constantly broadcasting, so you don't need to do anything. Just don't lose it. And so far, I have no evidence of adverse effects of EM interference in humans. Animals maybe, but not humans. Anyway, it doesn't have a huge broadcast range, but it should be enough. It overrides the Enclave signal, so as far as the death claw is concerned, you're in control. And remember, it works passively. As long as you have the scrambler on your person, it'll do its job. No, I don't think so. As long as you're within range of the Enclave's transmitter, your signal should be the one the Deathclaw follows. If you get too far away, well, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think there might be some bad effects. Well, for the Deathclaw, not you. All right then. There have been reports of an Enclave camp southeast of Old Olney, so I'd head there if you want to try it out. I hope the scrambler ends up being useful. I'd hate to have spent all this time on it and get no results, or bad results. That would be worse. Good luck, and please be careful.
Something troubling you, my friend? Are you certain? Very well. I hope to see you again.
And so you return. It is good to see you, Hale. How may I help you, my friend? And it is my duty to offer it, as I have sworn. I shall follow and protect you.
I've got one. Here, Adrian. Where? I'm hit.
Engaging target. Watch for signs of trouble.
Move along, please.
Back up with left. Where? Hostiles! Got you back! Kid! Hostile detected. Commencing attack. Got you back!
What the? How the hell did you get in here, Smooth Skin? Oh, yeah, sure thing. Just right through here. Only there's a few death claws down here that might have other ideas. You know what I'm saying? Look, this wasn't how it was supposed to go down. It was a good idea at the time, you know? Figured we'd try and set ourselves up down here. Just like Underworld, only better. Who's gonna bother a bunch of ghouls living underneath Old Olney, right? So, we get down here, we start knocking some walls down. And the next thing you know, we're getting our faces chewed off by death claws. Help you? You kidding me, kid? We couldn't even help ourselves. Been stuck here for who knows how long. But hey, you got here in one piece, right? So now's our chance to get the hell out of here. You got any brains, you turn right around and go back the way you came. Otherwise, best of luck to you.
Reveal yourself. We have a casualty.
Watch the sounds of blood. I've been here before. You are a credit to your father.
simple prayer. Hail, Creator! Blessed is your power and mighty.
You found a Tesla coil? Excellent. I'll see to it that this reaches the scribes immediately. You've done good work, soldier. Are you ready for your next assignment? We don't have time to spare. Based on the data you brought us from the relay station, we've identified where the Enclave is basing their operation. It seems they have a second base of operations at Adams Air Force Base outside of D.C. The only safe way to get there is through the presidential metro used by the government before the war. You're going to be on your own again for now. The rest of the Brotherhood will be providing a distraction so you can slip in undetected. Once you breach the presidential metro and get to Adams Air Force Base, look for the resupply crate. Inside, you'll find your new orders, and hopefully we can put a working Tesla cannon into your hands.
Your gift of speed. Bless us today, your noble warriors who dwell in this hall. Let us ride upon wings of thunder and chariots of glory to bring destruction.
Any last-minute questions? We need to send you in one way and the bulk of our guys in another. Elder Lyons wants the Enclave to fall for the distraction and look the other way. Unless I miss my guess, the Enclave will have a sizable force at the airbase. You'll need all the covering fire you can get. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't send you on some sort of suicide mission without some intelligence to back it up. Just find the resupply crate. By then we'll have scouted the place and can give you more detailed instructions. Hey, just be ready when you make your way topside. I'm sure you'll find plenty of action in the airbase. The best information we have is that the place still has an active automated security contingent. You should watch yourself. I'm not sure if the Enclave has a foothold in there or not, but I do know the metro tunnel should dump you right inside Adams Air Force Base. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to find, but you'll manage. You want to head into downtown D.C. and find the plaza in front of the ruins of the old White House building. Enter the utility sewer nearby and you'll find some connecting tunnels that should take you right into the heart of the presidential metro. This is it. Let's make this one count.
To your enemies.
Hail.
To bring destruction upon your wicked enemies. So, what's the name?
We got this area locked down. Helping the people of the wasteland is of the utmost to the Lions Doctor.
detected. Lethal force authorized for all units. Hostile detected.
Stand down.
is proud to announce its newest taste sensation.
Down the all clear.
Personnel will not be tolerated in the presidential metro. Please access this workstation and identify yourself. Warning, due to a major security breach, this system is on code red, alert status. Attempting to identify local access user. Identification failed. This access point is restricted only to authorized personnel. Please identify yourself. Please stand by. Override accepted. Clearance assigned. How may I assist you today? Information is available on that subject. Please specify. Internal visual sensing equipment is detecting numerous unidentified persons in the southeast tunnels area. The individuals have damaged metro equipment and refused dialogue with our security units. In accordance with U.S. Security Statute A567/B, the use of deadly force has been authorized. My apologies. My sensing equipment in that area must be damaged. My equipment indicates the persons possess no internal body heat and are emitting lethal levels of radiation. This system is able to command a large number of mechanized security units. So far, 22% of these robotic units have been depleted on the breach. One of the main power relays for the Adams Air Force Base line has been disrupted by the forced removal of a main fuse. I have a replacement part on our main Sentinel unit, but I cannot risk the repair until the breach is dealt with. System ready. Negative. Repairs are currently impossible on the Adams Air Force Base train line. If the security breach is nullified, I will return to green status and allow the Sentinel unit to commence repairs. Logging out. Have a good day.
Successful. Resuming normal operation. Have a nice day.
Welcome back. How may I assist you today? The previously reported breach has been suppressed. The metro system is now functioning within normal parameters. All security protocols have been lifted, and passengers may freely utilize any active transport systems as soon as all the repairs have been made. Logging out. Have a good day.
Have a nice day.
Helping the people of the wasteland is of the utmost to the Lion.
This is Paladin Tristan. If you're listening to this, then you've made it through the Presidential Metro, and Adams Air Force Base is all that stands in your way. Our scouts report that the fire controls for the orbital missile satellite are located in the main tower of the Enclave mobile platform. The only way into the platform is by way of a ramp that lowers from a watch post the Enclave set up in the old air traffic control tower. When you opened the crate, it triggered a beacon. We'll pick up the signal and start the assault to cover your entry. Good luck, and Godspeed.
relevant to the mission?
All clear. Stand down.
You are a threat to your father.
Oh, man, don't hurt me. I just work here. I work on the robots. I fix them up. I saw what you did before you got into base. You're not gonna hurt me, are you? Oh, thank goodness. I'm Stiggs. Nice to meet you. Man, I'm glad you realize I'm not one of the bad guys. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Well, the satellite tower is right on top of the base. I'm sure you saw it before you came in. You're gonna have to make it to the central control area before you can get on top of the launch platform. Once you're on top of the platform, you're probably gonna have to make your way past a bunch of soldiers before you get to the tower. I've been trying to get out of here for a while. See, I've done things for the Enclave. Things I can't say I'm proud of. But a man's gotta eat. When the Enclave picked me up, I was starving and suffering from radiation poisoning. I felt I owed them. But now it's time to leave. You'll make a great distraction while I make off with a few robots and supplies. I help you, and you help me. Well, just above us is a Deathclaw research facility. Most of the Deathclaws are out fighting, but there might be one or two left. There are also a bunch of robots in the facility, and they're all controlled through the mainframe. There are also some military types left, but not nearly as many as there used to be. Huh. It's nice to finally meet someone who knows what the heck I'm talking about. It's actually a modified version of the V-29, but response recall protocol is improved, and the data transfer is much more secure. If you got into the mainframe, you could control all of the robots in the facility. Well, you'll want to get to the floor above, and then make your way to the middle. That's where the mainframe is. It was nice meeting you, but I have to get while the getting's good. Maybe I'll see you around. Come on, Sparky. Let's go.
Do not interfere with security operations.
Reveal yourself. I have
Trace lost. Resume standard patrol procedures. Target may be in range. Fall back. Standing down from alert. Area may be compromised. Searching.
For Alderaan!
Retreating! Fall back!
Fall back! Victory! We've got company! One more for the Brotherhood. Surprised to see me? He's told me everything you've done and the sacrifices your family's made for the sake of the wasteland. All I can say is, you've done one hell of an outstanding job out here, soldier. A hell of a job. Now it's time to do my job and to get your ass onto this vertibird before it goes up like a nuke. Hurry, the orbital strike will be coming down any moment now.
Hang on, I'm going to set this bird down near the control tower so we can watch the fireworks. Should be a hell of a show.
Be vigilant.
When I first met you some time ago, I was leery of your motivations, and even more concerned with your methods. At the battle for Project Purity, you proved yourself, and any doubts that I had about you dissipated on that day. Now, with the Enclave in ruins, and with you to thank for it, I am almost at a complete loss for words. I feel proud to call you one of our own, and I promise that what you've done here today will be recorded by our scribes as an historic moment. On behalf of the Brotherhood of Steel, and on behalf of the free people of this wasteland, I thank you.
Well, I suppose we have you to thank for the sudden influx of equipment pouring in from the ruins you left behind at Adams Air Force Base. These items will help keep us one step ahead of our enemies in the wasteland and hopefully start my reconstruction effort. Mark my words, Prime will walk again. It may take months or even years, but we'll get him back together.
This young lady has been
If you're inclined to help us with that effort, just let me know.
Why is your girlfriend picking their pockets? This is no time for sticky fingers, Daring.
It's not what he's taking out, my dear, but rather what
Yes,
he's putting in.
please. Your help would be most welcome. As you know, my main task is the reconstruction of Liberty Prime. A daunting task indeed, given his current state. To get him back on his feet will take not only a good deal of scavenged parts, but I need some special items for his complex systems. In your travels, be on the lookout for sensor modules. That will help me with restoring his electrical components. But what I need most are old cameras. Prime's optics were completely destroyed in the explosion, and I can use the components inside to replace them.
Bore the beautiful Miss Chase with those ancient exploits.
Excellent. I'll begin disassembling them immediately. Good work.
I happen to...
Yes? Well, I'm quite busy, so please be brief.
Boss, that sounds like a kid screaming, and it's coming from those ruins.
I've been amazingly busy ever since we began clashing with the Enclave. All their technology is amazing. It's going to take me years to sift through the wreckage of their mobile platform alone. I suppose we have you to thank for that?
Now, some music.
From the amount of equipment pouring in, I'd say if we didn't destroy them, we certainly threw a major wrench into their works. It's but a drop in the bucket, but it'll have to do. Thanks.
Nice work, Soldier. When I first saw you long ago in that alley in Chevy Chase, I thought you were just some trashy wastelander. I'm glad I was wrong. My father thinks the world of you, and so do I. If things were different, maybe we could have had time to become friends. Anyway, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you stick around for a while. We need people like you to help us finish what we started here. Well, the prize got the downtown area pretty well covered. You may want to talk to Paladin Tristan or Scribe Rothschild. They may have something for you to do. Good luck. If you think this means the Pride has nothing to do anymore, you're crazy. We still got the damn Frankensteins crawling all over DC, and Rothschild's got us picking up every blinking gizmo from here to Virginia. Quite a bit of work cut out for us, huh? My father says we need to watch the borders for them to send reinforcements, but I think it'll be a long time before anything happens. We dealt them a hell of a blow, and it's gonna take them a good amount of time to recover. Father's sending us into DC to scour the ruins and try and cleanse it of super mutants. He's calling it our next great obstacle. Sometimes I wish we could just take a rest. But I have to keep a stiff upper lip and help the machine run smoothly, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's always a pleasure to have you around.
There is a foul stench on the wind. Let us not tarry for long. Are you certain? Very well. I shall return to my duties at the Citadel, should you require my aid once again.
After their victory over the Enclave, the capital wasteland was soundly under Brotherhood rule. However, it was not completely under their control. With much work to be done, it is up to you to rebuild the wasteland. The choices you make will affect not only the lives of the people who call the capital home, but may very well reshape the Brotherhood of Steel for generations to come.
Area locked down. Hey. Squire.
Good to see you. What do you need? Yeah, see ya. Paladin?
What's up?
Look what we have here.
out!
No more games.